What happens to corner pressure when a strong home favorite falls behind? Welcome back to Edge of XG. Today we are testing a very specific, in-play question. What happens to corner pressure when a strong home favorite falls behind at home? This is not a general football opinion piece. This is a reaction study built on 11,402 recent league matches. The study window covers the 2022 to 2025 league seasons. The favorite is defined from opening odds, and the match is split at the first goal. That gives us a clean before and after structure. From a total screen of 66,780 finished league matches, the final usable analyzed sample is 11,402. Inside that sample, the main test group is 3,860 matches where the strong home favorite conceded first. So the core question is simple. When the big home favorite goes behind, does home corner pressure actually rise? The methodology is simple on purpose. First, filter for recent league seasons only. Second, keep only heavy home favorites based on opening odds. Third, locate the first goal minute and identify which side scored first. Fourth, compute home corner rates before the first goal and after the first goal. And fifth, test the within-match change with a paired significance framework. That matters because we are not comparing one team to another team. We are comparing the same match before the shock event and after it. In other words, the first goal is the split point. Before the goal, we measure home corners per 10 minutes. After the goal, we measure home corners per 10 minutes again. Then we compare the two phases directly. So the design is not built on broad season averages. It is built on match-level reaction. The data funnel is strict because clean game state matters here. 66,780 finished league matches were scanned. 66,068 had opening odds available. 25,829 qualified as heavy home favorites. From there, 11,402 produced a usable analyzed sample, and 3,860 of those were the main conceded first test cohort. Coverage among heavy home favorites is 48%. That is not perfect coverage, but the sample is still large enough for a serious directional test. The minimum requested sample was 10,000 matches. The delivered usable sample was 11,402, so the study clears its own scale requirement. Now to the actual calculation. Inside each match, the metric is home corners per 10 minutes before the first goal versus home corners per 10 minutes after the first goal. Then we take the change between the two phases, post-goal rate minus pre-goal rate. That gives a real within match reaction measure. The distribution centers on a positive shift. The mean change is plus 0.19 corners per 10 minutes, so the average match does not stay flat, it tilts upward. There is another important layer here. Timing matters. Early concessions produce larger lifts. That makes football sense. When the favorite goes behind early, it has more time to push territory, force blocks, and generate defensive clearances. When the first conceded goal arrives late, there is less runway for corner pressure to build. So this is not just a yes or no pattern, it is also a timing-sensitive pattern. Now the main result. When a strong home favorite concedes first, the home corner rate rises from 0.61 to 0.74 corners per 10 minutes. That is a 21% increase. The rate ratio is 1.21 times, and the 95% confidence interval runs from 1.18 to 1.25. So this is not a weak or noisy effect. It is statistically strong and directionally consistent. Support also looks solid at match level. 63% of crowd conceded first matches posted a higher home corner rate after the goal than before it. That matters because it tells us the effect is not being carried by only a small number of extreme matches. The benchmark group moves in the opposite direction. When the strong home favorite scores first, the home corner rate falls from 0.69 to 0.56. That is exactly what game state would suggest. A team protecting the lead usually has less need to force territory at the same intensity. The timing buckets strengthen the story even more. If the favorite concedes in the first 15 minutes, the lift is around plus 0.28 corners per 10 minutes. From minute 16 to minute 30, it is around plus 0.17. From minute 31 to minute 45, plus 0.16. From minute 46 to minute 60, plus 0.13. From minute 61 to minute 75, plus 0.07. And after minute 76, the effect is still positive, but much smaller. So the earlier the concession, the stronger the corner response. The interpretation is clear. When a strong home favorite falls behind, corner pressure usually rises. The football meaning is straightforward. After conceding, the favorite usually pushes higher up the pitch. That raises territorial pressure. And when territorial pressure rises, blocked actions, forced clearances, and emergency defending become more likely to end in corners. But here is the important limit. This is useful descriptive evidence. It is not a standalone betting edge. It should be used as an in-play context signal, not as a complete trading system on its own. In practice, that means this pattern becomes more useful when it aligns with the live match picture. Territory, shot volume, box entries, cross volume, field tilt, team style, and match clock. The league-level breakdown points in the same direction across the biggest cohorts. So this is not a one-league accident. It looks like a broader behavioral response to game state. The clean takeaway is this. When the big home favorite goes behind, the default expectation should be more home corner pressure after the goal than before it. Not always, not blindly, but usually. And that is a useful edge in interpretation, even when it is not enough to be a trading system on its own. Welcome to the Edge of XG.